I got a call from Chris Ott, it was probably about 4 weeks ago, and he said, hey, you know, we're at this wastewater treatment plant. Can you come down and take a look at it, make sure everything is set up correctly? Just kind of nervous about it. Haven't ever done a wastewater treatment plant, not sure what the hazards are there.
We assessed the job site. They'd used basically raw sewage to fill the effluent basin. They drained that out, and we had to get down to do some panel work.
I didn't think it was going to be that bad as it got. I really didn't.
I went down there to the site, and everything was looking good until I found out where they were actually going into. And I says, do you realize this is a confined space? And he's like, well, now it's open top. And so it kind of spiraled into a long conversation of how we should set things up correctly, have an air monitor, have an attendant.
From my standards, I just knew that it wasn't right and that we needed to make some corrections.
If it's not fit for human occupancy and it has a limited means of access, right there you have a confined space. And they said both of those things.
I was watching the monitor and it just started going up and up and up and up. And I'm like, Chris, and I was calling it out to him, you know, 15, 17. And I believe we let it get to 22, I think. And I told him to get out.
Had we not been monitoring the air, I would have been down there working, breathing like I normally breathe. You wouldn't hear it, smell it, taste it. I would have taken a breath and I would have fallen over, and that would have been it for me.
Chris calls me up and he says, Rob, I just wanted to thank you for what you did for us. And I said, what do you mean? And he says, well, the monitor went off on carbon monoxide and the explosive limits, the LELs, and he says, you quite possibly could have saved our lives. And I said, well, that's what I'm here for.
You take a chance every time you go down there, you know. I mean, it's not something that you necessarily want to do, but it is nice to have the backing of your company when you know that there's a problem.
Everybody pushes safety. MMC goes beyond, over and beyond of what safety is.
At MMC Contractors, we have a great safety program and a great safety culture. We get the guys the training they need. We supply them with the best tools and equipment, and we give them that feeling of empowerment to act on.
And it's not an accident that nobody got killed. I mean, it was because we had the proper training and we followed the proper course that we were supposed to follow, and because of that, nobody was hurt.
I think everybody needs to listen to their inner voice. That inner voice is going to warn them when they know something's not right. And they need to listen to that inner voice and know that we're going to back them up 110% and get involved and make sure they get the proper training, that we set up the right conditions so they can have a safe work environment and go home to their families.
My name is Brian Forsyth, and I'm proud to work at MMC Contractors.
I'm Robert Atkinson, and I'm proud to work for MMC Contractors.
My name is Chris Ott, and I'm proud to work for MMC Contractors.